From BBC Learning English, this is Learning English from the News, our podcast about the news headlines.
In this programme, first solar eclipse in Europe for over 25 years.
Hello, I'm Georgie.
And I'm Becca.
In this programme, we look at one big news story and the vocabulary in the headlines that will help you understand it.
You can find all the vocabulary and headlines from this episode, as well as a worksheet on our website, bbclearningenglish.com.
Okay, Becca, let's hear more about this story.
Many parts of Europe will experience a solar eclipse on Wednesday evening. A solar eclipse is when the moon blocks the light from the sun.
The sun will be completely covered for people watching from parts of Spain and Iceland. Other parts of Europe will get a partial eclipse. For example, in Berlin, 85% of the sun will be covered, 92% in Paris, and in London, 90%.
It will be the first solar eclipse in Europe since 1999.
Wow. Becca, are you going to be watching the eclipse?
I am. I'm really excited about it. How about you, Georgie?
Well, I only heard about it this week, so I don't feel very prepared. But I probably will try and watch it. I just need to find a safe way to do it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that a little bit later.
So, total eclipses are rare events, and many people travel to see them. And there's going to be a few solar eclipses in the next few years. Following the eclipse this summer, there will be a total eclipse in Egypt next August and a third eclipse in Australia and New Zealand in July 2028.
And our first headline is about this. This headline is from Forbes, a global news organisation. A golden age of total solar eclipses begins tomorrow.
And that headline again, a golden age of total solar eclipses begins tomorrow, and that's from Forbes.
This headline is about this week's solar eclipse and the eclipses that will happen around the world over the next couple of years.
Yes, the headline says there will be a golden age of total solar eclipses, and we are looking at this expression, a golden age. Becca, what can you tell us?
Well, a golden age is a particularly good or successful period of time.
Yes, golden describes the colour of gold, the precious metal. We use golden metaphorically to mean something is very good and valuable. For example, a golden opportunity.
You might hear the expression golden age used to talk about the past. For example, we could describe the 1800s as a golden age for manufacturing. Or we could talk about the golden age of the internet at the end of the 20th century when new technology was developing.
With the expression golden age, there's a sense that the period of time we're referring to is rare and will not be repeated, that it's a particularly special time.
Yes, to return to our headline, it says a golden age of solar eclipses is beginning. This is because there will be 3 total eclipses over the coming years for people around the world to experience. And it isn't common to get so many opportunities to witness this spectacular event.
Becca, we could have an extra meaning here because golden could be describing the light from the sun as well.
Ooh, that's true.
We've had golden age, a particularly good or successful period of time.
For example, scientists say that we are in a golden age for cancer treatment. New medicines are being discovered all the time.
This is Learning English from the News, our podcast about the news headlines. Today we're talking about Europe's first solar eclipse since 1999.
As we mentioned, one of the best places to see the solar eclipse will be in northern Spain, where the sun will be completely covered by the moon.
Depending on the location, the peak of the total eclipse will be around 8:30 p.m. local time.
Many people are travelling to Spain to experience the eclipse. Spanish authorities estimate about 1.5 million additional car journeys will be made in the region.
And our next headline is about this. This one is from The Guardian, a British newspaper. People flocking to Spain to view solar eclipse could spark more devastating wildfires.
And that headline again from The Guardian, people flocking to Spain to view solar eclipse could spark more devastating wildfires.
This article discusses fears about wildfires in the areas of Spain with the best views of the eclipse. We're interested in this word flocking from the headline, Becca.
Yes, the verb flock means lots of people travel to the same place at the same time. It comes from the noun flock, which means a large group of animals, such as sheep or birds.
In this story, many people will be travelling to northern Spain because of the eclipse. They will be flocking to northern Spain.
Flock is quite commonly used in news stories about crowds. For example, in a heat wave, people might flock to the beach. Or shoppers might flock to a particular store if there's a sale on.
We tend to use flock to talk about going to places because people want to. It has a sense of excitement. We don't use it to talk about leaving places, so you wouldn't normally say people flocked away from something.
We've had flock, travel in large numbers to a place.
For example, crowds flocked to the town centre to watch the parade.
This is Learning English from the News from BBC Learning English. We're talking about the first solar eclipse in Europe in over 25 years.
So we know lots of people will be watching the solar eclipse, but you can't actually watch it, right, Becca?
Right. Looking directly at the sun can damage your eyes, even during an eclipse.
You can wear special eclipse glasses which block out most of the light so you can look at the sun safely.
Or experts say you can make something called a pinhole projector, using paper or cardboard to see how the light changes during the eclipse.
Ahead of the solar eclipse, lots of people have been buying eclipse glasses to get the best view of the event. But experts say people should check they are safe to use.
Let's have another headline. This headline is from British radio station LBC. Knockoff eclipse glasses could cause blindness, experts warn before significant solar event.
And that headline again from LBC. Knockoff eclipse glasses could cause blindness, experts warn before significant solar event.
This headline is about the glasses being sold to help people watch the solar eclipse. We're interested in this word knockoff.
Yes, a knockoff item is a fake item.
In this story, experts are warning about knockoff eclipse glasses that could cause blindness. These are glasses being sold which claim to be safe to use during the eclipse, but they are fake and won't protect people's eyes properly.
Knockoff products usually closely resemble the real thing, but are much cheaper because they're poorer quality.
Yes, for example, knockoff designer clothes might look like expensive brands, but they're fake and made more cheaply.
We can use the noun a knockoff, for example, that t-shirt is a knockoff, or, like in the headline, we can use it as an adjective. For example, I saw an advert online for some knockoff trainers, but I didn't buy them as the reviews were all terrible.
Another word you might see to describe fake products, which closely resemble something more expensive, is dupe. So we could say the cheap eclipse glasses are a dupe of the real thing.
We've had knockoff, fake.
For example, my friend bought some knockoff t-shirts online, but when they arrived, they were terrible quality.
Well, that's it for this episode, Becca. If you're in Europe, we hope that you enjoy the solar eclipse, but remember to stay safe, don't look directly at the sun.
Thanks, Georgie. I'll definitely be making a pinhole projector. And if you do manage to see the solar eclipse, why not email us about your experience? Our email address is learningenglish@bbc.co.uk. We look forward to hearing from you.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.